So this might be the worst survival game I've ever played, and that says a lot because I played a lot of very bad survival games. Now the facial animations obviously don't match up to the words, but I can, you know, set that aside. I've seen worse. I played PS1 games where it's literally just like a slightly moving shape on their face as the lips moving for the words, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I know some people are very adamant about that. I mean, look at Mass Effect Andromeda. So basically the story goes is you're from the city and you want to get away from that life, traffic, the office work, you know, just tedious menial things that don't actually amount to anything in the grand scheme of things. So you come out here and what do? You end up working for another person. You go to the wilderness to work for a barkeep for whatever reason. I don't know why, but the first thing that comes to mind when you're trying to escape city life and, you know, get in touch with nature is not to work for someone in a bar near nature. I actually can't chop the tree down with the axe. The only way to get these items is to run around and pick them up off the ground, which is just so backwards to me because, like, what is one of the staple things you do? I mean, look at Minecraft, look at the forest, look at literally any game with survival elements in it. Like, you have the axe so you can chop down the tree, but in this game they don't want you to chop down the trees because, I don't know, it's bad for nature or something. Instead you have to run around with a very tiny stamina meter, and then you just have to, like, kind of pray that there's branches on the ground. Oh, whoa. They make it impossible to place anything down on the map. You can't rotate either, so you just have to, like, shake your camera around wildly until you find the perfect spot to place it. And then you have to go through like 18 million different menus just so that you can craft anything or cook anything. The weapon sway is abysmal until you get some skill points, but you have to kill a bunch of stuff to get the skill points first. They just forgot to include porcupines into the small game, even though they have it labeled as small game. So when you're trying to do the quest to get small game meat, you can kill like 17 porcupines and it's not even going to count towards your quest progress, which is super annoying. Yet this armadillo does. An armadillo is small game, but a porcupine isn't? I'm not even sure this game takes place on Earth because quickly after unlocking the ATV, you notice that the gravity on this planet is about 1,000 times the force of Earth's gravity.
Alright, listen. I'm super busy doing this place up, so here are the keys to the ATV. It's parked just outside. You'll find Gary's stuff in the back. Go, pick it up, drop it off.
Thanks. Anything else?
Yeah, don't scratch my baby.
Of course. Dropped off your ATV, scratch-free.
And the worst part is the ATV is locked to this one location, and if you try to drive it off a cliff so that you can drive it around the rest of the map, it just respawns you at the top of the cliff no matter how hard you try. I spent a good 30 minutes going around this little area trying to sort of bug it out so I can get it into the open world, but they just put you back where you started, and it was probably one of the most annoying and disappointing things of the game. It's almost sad to say, but the most fun I had in the game was yeeting myself off of a cliff and watching the character model ragdoll to his death. And I don't think that's a good thing to have in your game where the player just wants to repeatedly kill themselves because they don't want to go through the rest of the game. Anyway, I was going to do a series on this game, but instead it turned into this like weird rant review. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend getting Open Country. I think it's an Epic Store exclusive for 20 bucks. Maybe if it was for like $2 on sale, I would recommend it. But it just is not a good game. Anyway, if you like this format, let me know. I can do some more game reviews like this, and it gives me an excuse to use some of the content that I otherwise wouldn't be able to use because I just thoroughly didn't enjoy myself.